Welcome? Certainly. In an idealist/symbolic interpretation of Revelation chapter 11, the focus is on understanding the events and symbols described in the chapter as representing timeless spiritual truths and principles rather than specific future events. According to this perspective, Revelation 11:1-13 is seen as a symbolic portrayal of God's witness and testimony throughout history. The two witnesses are understood to symbolize the faithful servants of God who bear witness to His truth and proclaim His message in the world. Their ministry for 1,260 days is seen as representing a significant period of time during which God's message is proclaimed. The beast that rises from the abyss and kills the witnesses is interpreted as a representation of the forces of evil and opposition that seek to silence and suppress the message of God's truth. This beast is symbolic of the power of Satan and the world system that stands against God's kingdom. Revelation 11:14-19, which describes the sounding of the seventh trumpet, is seen as symbolizing the ultimate victory of God over evil and the establishment of His eternal kingdom. The scenes of worship and thanksgiving in heaven represent the adoration and praise that are offered to God throughout history for His sovereignty and goodness. In this interpretation, the chapter is seen as conveying spiritual truths and principles about the ongoing struggle between good and evil, the perseverance of God's witnesses, and the ultimate triumph of God's kingdom over all opposing forces. It is not meant to be understood as predicting specific future events, but rather to provide encouragement and guidance for believers in their faith journey. In summary, the idealist/symbolic interpretation of Revelation chapter 11 sees the events and symbols depicted in the chapter as representing timeless spiritual realities and principles rather than specific future events. It highlights the ongoing struggle between good and evil, the faithfulness of God's witnesses, and the ultimate victory of God's kingdom over all opposition.